Welcome back! Last time, we finally managed to locate the World 3 base, and today we're going to finally infiltrate it. Now, before we actually go any forward, I want to go back to ACDC school, because there's something that I didn't show last time. It'll only take a second. So right here, this is the teacher's lounge. If you recall, we were actually able to enter it during the school incident, but any other time that we would try to enter, we would get a message from Mega Man saying that we have no business being there. However, now we can actually go in. Unfortunately, there's nothing particularly interesting. You can inspect everything, but there are no items or chips or anything like that. We do get an interesting line of dialogue from Miss Mary though. Yuri has gone off again. At a time like this? So, you remember from last time, Higsby is also missing, and the old man also seems to be missing. That's going to make sense in a moment. Ugh! It's Miss Yuri and the old man! Lan! I see them! Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you! All you did was help me, and now... Not to worry at all. I'm used to hard times. Lan, you have to get up there, quick! Roger, on my way. So, we can talk to Higsby, and he is available for a rematch. We're not going to do it, but just wanted to show that up. It's securely locked. There seems to be a jack in port here, though. Lan, I'll disable the lock. Mega Man, there's got to be a program locking this door. Find it and delete it. Roger. So this area might seem familiar. So Battle Network 1 has an interesting spin, or it doesn't do the typical boss rush that other Mega Man games usually do. We're not going to be fighting Fireman here, but we do get like a mini area for the oven section. Now in this one we do have a couple new enemies, so I may not be skipping all random encounters. I'm a World 3 Navi, however, I can no longer help them. Please, take this, it should help you. So once again we have the ice block program. In this case we have 7 ice blocks. Now in the original oven dungeon, you could get by with a couple spare ice blocks. Not so much in this one, you have to be very careful. So if you miss one, or if you put off the wrong fire, you may have to return to get a refill. Okay, so that's one of the new enemies. As you can probably tell, it is the upgraded version of the Time Bomb virus. There we go. And we didn't get it, but let's go over the chip nonetheless. So Time Bomb 3. It is of course stronger than Time Bomb 2. It deals a very high amount of damage, so it's okay. It's pretty good. There's another one. Though then again, this is an enemy that we've seen before. This is just a specific version that we have been missing. And we actually got the chip, nice. So this is, as you just saw, Candle 2, finally. So it of course will restore your HP at a faster rate than Candle 1, but not quite as fast as Candle 3. So I'm showing this fight, but if I run into the Candle virus or the Time Bomb virus again, I will be skipping those. Okay, technically a new enemy. So this enemy, if you recall, this is the same enemy that we saw, and I completely missed that drop. This is the same enemy that we fought during the vending machine side quest, and also he appeared while guarding the access to the Undernet. Now that we actually encountered him as a random fight, we can get its chip, which we didn't, but let me go over it nonetheless. So the chip that you get from him is called Iron Shield. It is rather interesting. It is almost a prototype of how the Medguard chips work from Battle Network 2 onwards. Basically, while you hold the button, an iron barrier will appear in front of you. If it intercepts an enemy attack, it will be shot at the enemy very fast, dealing 100 damage. However, even though it's supposed to be blocking the attack, it doesn't really. The attack will go through nonetheless. As you can see on the footage, I'm getting hit by a Medguard, a Meteor. So it's okay. There we go, that's the final enemy. So this enemy is rather interesting for a couple of reasons. It is by far the largest enemy in the whole game, because of the space that it can occupy. Because of that, I believe it always appears alone, meaning that it is technically impossible to get a double delete on him. And he has two ways of attacking. You saw the flame attack, and he can also summon a small snake. Okay, now that he showed that attack, let's get rid of him. And we didn't get the chip. That's okay. So let's go over that chip nonetheless. So the chip that you get from that enemy is called a Snake Egg, and in this case it is Snake Egg 3. The way it works is basically you spawn the small snake that will move around the enemy area. Also, the spot that the snake lands on will leave a small fire trail. The snake deals 150 fire damage. The fire trail will deal 100 damage. It's okay, though keep in mind that sometimes for enemies that are completely stationary, the snake may never reach them because it doesn't necessarily seek out the enemy. So in those cases, sometimes having an enemy that moves around a lot is better, because the snake might just bump into that enemy. But yeah, that's all the new enemies in this area. Ah, not ice blocks! I can see the lock program right there! Leave it to us! Yae, what are you doing here? I'll explain later. Glide, to work! Certainly, my lady. The rest is up to you. Thanks, I owe you one. You did it! Thanks, Yae. Just helping out a friend. So, Glide, that was quite a strong attack. Would you like to battle? Please? Okay, fine. So before we continue, let's talk to Yae. Mail told me to give this to you. And we got the final version of Roll. Don't lose it now. So Roll 3. It is of course better than Roll 2. It will deal 100 damage and it will recover 80 HP. It's not bad. It's securely locked, so we have another Jack import. So, now that we finish with the oven area, of course, up next we have a school area. So, right here we only have one new enemy, so I will be skipping any other random encounters. Also, the main gimmick is, of course, these doors. We don't really have hints for them, so we just have to play the numbers game. So right there, we just got a new chip, Hurricane. So it is the upgraded version of Typhoon, not in that it deals the exact same amount of damage, in that every hit deals 30 damage. The thing is, unlike Typhoon that actually struck the enemy 3 times, Hurricane does it for 5 times, meaning that it can deal a total of 150 damage. It's pretty good. There we go. That's actually the one new enemy here. How do I want to try? Let's see if we can actually take him out with Dino Wave. I think he actually survives, yeah. So that enemy, as you saw, was another Aura enemy. In this case, it is called Fire Aura. I'll go into more detail about how the chip actually works once we're done here. Alright, so Fire Aura. It is of course a fire element aura. It will negate any damage that is less than 40. It does work unlike Aqua Aura, but also it's not a part of a program advance, so in that case it is not as useful. I mean, it's okay, 40 damage, it's nothing special at this point in the game really. So right here, we have 2 barriers. The one up top actually loops back around to the area where we obtained the Hurricane chip, so it is completely unnecessary. What we need to open is this one. Mega Man, do your stuff! Huh? No good. This password is gonna take some time. Leave it to me! Mr. Higsby! Numbers are no problem for Numberman. Analyzing program. Passcode 9630. Entering passcode. Thanks, Numberman. Lan, get going! I'm gone. Higsby has had a change of heart and is now doing his best. to help you, as am I. Now I load this into the rocket and... Report, sir. It seems that intruders are in the lab. Grr. I won't be stopped now. Yahut, deal with them. As you command, so shall it be done. Just a little more, and the world will be deleted! Say your prayers, Dr. Hikari. So, I think that's more than enough for now. We explored a decent chunk of the World 3 base. Next time, we'll continue with our exploration. Thank you for watching.